March Madness Maniacs, round one of the tournament is in the books, and it was another exciting 2 days of NCAA basketball, highlighted by UC Irvine upsetting Kansas State. An upset which, by the way, some 43 people or something like that in the pool correctly picked. Unbelievable. And how about Murray State and Ja Morant with the triple-double? It's going to be exciting to see him and their team advance here in the next round. See what he can continue to do. Our first round leader is James Vera. Yes, 27 out of 32 games correctly picked for James. Nice job, James. You are the leader all alone out of 125 people in the pool. Outstanding work. 6 people tied with 26 out of 32. John Kane, Buddy Boyd, Roland Canchola, Nick Leindecker, Celestino Rosa, and former champion, two-time champion, Chris Heigl. And then there's a many-way tie with 25 for 32, rounding out our Elite Eight, including Allison Scovey and Rebecca Flowers, vying early for top chick honors. Other former champions, Jim McGowan and Joe Gianosa, along with Eric Allred, Joe Duca, Kyle Smith, Nick Cipolla, Don Hill, John Israel, Jimmy Hunt, and Ty Walda, all with 25 out of 32. Those are our pool leaders so far. In the bowels of the pool standings, those dregs who could only come up with 20 out of 32 correct. 20 out of 32. Brian Winans attempting to win the PJ Potter Award for last place. Kevin Orton, 20 out of 32. Terrible. Evan Price, Natalie Lanning Gonzalez, Scott Graham, Jesse Long, Drew Cathy, Adam Jester, and former champion Vance Pilkington, 20 out of 32. But they all beat 2 people. Yes, in last place with 19 out of 32. Victor Paredes, the self-named VicPom, and Christian Fitch. Christian, I don't know who you are, but your picks suck. 19 for 32. Terrible. 9 people, by the way, have all of their Sweet 16 still intact. So we could see some amazing scores here over this weekend. James Vera, Brandon Oot, Wade Burwell, John Wasserman, Paulo Springer, Troy Winkleman, Brent Bridges, Joe Duca, and Joe Duca entry number 2, Tanya Duca. On the flip side, Nate Johnson has only 10 of his Sweet 16 left. So Nate is definitely making an early bid to finish in last place. And remember, if you finish last, you voluntarily agree to pay double next year as your fine for putrid picks. By the seedings, there were 12 upsets in round 1, and James Vera correctly selected 10 of those 12. Awesome work, James. So much better than those people who just pick all chalk all the way through. Lack of creativity, lack of guts. Terrible. And on that note, there were 15 people who picked all 4 number 1 seeds to make the Final Four. Yes, something that's happened only one time in the history of the tournament since the advent of the 64-team tournament circa 1985 or whenever that was. 15 people still went ahead and picked all 4 number 1s in the Final Four. And not only that, but check this out. 5 gutless losers took number 1 and number 2 in the Elite Eight in all 4 brackets. So in other words, they took all of the top 8 to make the Final 8, all of the Final 4, top 4 to make the Final 4. These people should be disqualified right now. And in fact, I will go ahead and make a bold claim right now that if all of the 1s and 2 seeds make the Final 8 and all of the number 1 seeds make the Final 4, for those 5 of you, if you pick the champion correct also, I will pay for your entry next year. You should be disqualified for lameness. I'm not even going to mention your names because it's so putrid to pick all of the Elite Eight 1s and 2 seeds and all of the Final Four 1 seeds. Horrid and terrible. All right, in case you missed this yesterday in the quick Facebook video, out of our 125 entries, 51 people picked Duke to win the championship, 24 picked North Carolina, 14 picked Virginia, 11 picked Gonzaga, 8 picked Michigan State, 5 picked Tennessee, 3 picked Michigan, 3 picked Houston, only 2 picked Kentucky, 2 people picked LSU, by the way, hat courtesy of Jacob Kinnemore. 1 person picked Florida State, 1 person picked Auburn, and 1 person, Jackie Rudzinski, picked her alma mater, Syracuse, who is already out. By the way, Bruce Goodman also had Nevada in the championship game, and they're out. There will be a bonus for the top 2 leaders after Sunday's games, $250 for first, $150 for second, and then the Elite 8 will get paid, $150 for 8th, $250 for 7th, $400 for 6th, $550 for 5th, $700 for 4th, $900 for 3rd, $1,200 for 2nd, and $1,600 for 1st. It does appear we have all payments in. Thanks very much to everybody for getting in their payments. Thanks to Tom Skowski for collecting the payments and for being our pool permutations professor, and for all the great posts that he is making to help us enjoy the games this weekend and know what's going on with the pool. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the games.